The Better Communication Research Programme reports a 72% increase in the number of children with speech, language and communication needs in the last 5 years, and reports little evidence of structured opportunities and interactions to develop children's oral language in the classroom. Few teachers and teaching assistants begin their career with the level of knowledge needed to identify and put into practice appropriate curriculum differentiations for these children.
In early years settings in England, communication and language is a core part of the foundation stage curriculum, and in schools, the new national curriculum places greater emphasis on teachers developing skills to support children's oral language development. The community that this project serves is in an area of high social deprivation and has families whose first language is not English.
It was by considering these complex and interrelated issues that we developed our coaching tool in conjunction with Newcastle University. Video coaching allowed us to develop a method of bringing together the shared expertise of a teacher and speech and language therapist. It has given us the opportunity to bring theory into everyday practice in a one-to-one confidential exchange. The co-constructed discussion looks at 3 key elements that support communication for education.
This school guide to coaching, produced as a result of research conducted at Newcastle University, provided the trigger for the collaboration and the development of the video-based coaching model.
Coaching Conversation is focused around a 5-minute video clip of classroom practice taken on that day, enabling an interprofessional conversation.
I found the video coaching really useful because once I'd been observed and Bibbs and Joe talked to me about what they'd observed and brought up, I was able to go away and think about it and think that, yes, I was a bit more directive, and a lot of my activities are where I'm talking and there's not much of the interaction happening from the children, so it's not coming, it's more led.
I definitely feel that I've learnt a lot over this whole experience. I feel a lot more confident. I think through what I do now, especially the activities that I carry out, I evaluate things more now, sort of reflect on how my activity may have gone and put changes into my practice.
So through doing the coaching, I learnt that when working with children, you need to give the children thinking time and make sure that you build that into the pace of the lesson. I also identified starting points for my children and looked at appropriate interventions that I could use with the children in my class, and then set specific targets of where I'd like those children to go throughout that intervention. I currently now use the speaking and listening focuses as part of my planning to do with the new national curriculum framework, and that is at the forefront of my mind for each lesson that I plan. And within that, I prioritise that all the adults that work within my class have speaking and listening at the forefront of their teaching and their planning time within my lessons as well.
So I found that it really highlighted to me the things that do really work in the classroom, so such as repetition. I also found it really useful to sort of look at the scale of where things can really break down with speaking and listening, and it really highlighted to me just there are so many places where it can break down. I found it really useful actually to be able to talk in detail about lots of different children and their varying needs, and that again highlighted to me some children which I would have never thought had speaking and listening problems, that actually perhaps they did. And something else that was brought to my attention through being quite a new teacher was the level of questioning. It was something that I hadn't really thought about before, but it really identified to me that the level that the children are working at for speaking and listening, I really need to pitch my questions more appropriately to their needs.
The impact of the project has been evaluated using a theory of change approach based on interviews with the participants in the settings. This has allowed the participants themselves, the school leaders and the project team to make sense of the outcomes.